Thank you for joining us today to witness the official signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the JPS Foundation and the University of the West Indies Mona School of Engineering. The UWI Mona School of Engineering will be offering a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Power Engineering at the Mona campus starting this year, September 2015. This 3-year program is designed to serve students who wish to pursue a career in electrical power generation and distribution. The program offers a study in generation of electricity from fossil fuels, renewable sources, and nuclear energy. As vested stakeholders in education and energy, the JPS Foundation acknowledges the importance and value of a program geared toward producing high-quality, high-performing innovators in the energy sector. And to this end, we're excited about entering into this partnership. Now, I understand that the program that you have on hand will be a little altered because our keynote speaker, Reverend Honorable Ronald Thwaites, has to leave urgently. So we're going to ask him to speak first, and then we'll revert to the program as you have it. So I'm going to ask the foundation manager, JPS Foundation manager, Nathalie Taylor, to come and introduce our Honorable Minister of Education. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols being observed. Reverend the Honorable Ronald Thwaites was educated at St. George's College. He was awarded the Jamaica Scholarship to Cornell University and later the Rhodes Scholarship to Oxford University. He's an attorney, a journalist, a farmer, and a minister of religion. He was elected Member of Parliament for Central Kingston in 1997 and was appointed Minister of Education in January 2012. He's married with 7 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Reverend the Honorable Ronald Thwaites.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for the skip in the program. Kelly Tomlin, Professor McDonald, and all of the personnel from Jamaica Public Service Company, particularly acknowledge the 2 external directors, chairman and director, and members of the University of the West Indies, the Faculty of Science, and Faculty of Engineering, rather, and all assembled for this important event. We have an important vote in Parliament this afternoon that some of you know of, and the Prime Minister has called us to a special cabinet meeting as close to 12:30 as we can all get there. And that's a reason I'm on haste, none other. Please excuse any, what may appear to be disrespect. It is not. The Memorandum of Understanding, which will be signed between the Jamaica Public Service Company's Foundation and the UWI School of Engineering, is a positive development and a commendable move by the Jamaica Public Service Company, for which the entire education sector is grateful. This is the kind of link, the kind of partnership between the ministry and the university and industry that we support and encourage. I often make the observation that under the old and existing order, the education system traditionally prepares people in a variety of ways, but with scant, indifferent regard for the needs of industry, but expects them to be employed. We have to turn that around in the 21st century, and it is the essence of the process of transformation which we are engaged in. The Ministry of Education is now inviting the private sector to tell us their needs, and we will educate and train people to meet them. Not at all forgetting the fundamentals of a good education, but ensuring that there is a clear relationship between employability and serviceability and the education system. This is what we are attempting by establishing industry-specific science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs in selected schools, and eventually we expect that to be a feature in all of our schools at appropriate levels. And many sectors are being targeted, but sensitive ones include transportation, business processing, food manufacturing, energy, and agriculture. And the Ministry of Education is also linking industry and education in the revived registered apprenticeship program, where currently more than 100 firms have volunteered to become involved. And we expect to produce some 2,000 internationally certified work-ready persons from the apprenticeship program by the end of 2015-2016, with enrollment numbers expected to increase very significantly in each succeeding year. It is against this background of linking industry and economy with education and training that the ministry welcomes this initiative by Jamaica Public Service Company Foundation and the UWI School of Engineering. And may I note that from the description and the fact that this new degree course will include curriculum and learning in respect of alternate energy, that it is futuristic in its outlook and entirely appropriate to national and indeed international needs. We're particularly pleased that this development will expand opportunities and range for tertiary education, and I'm quite sure that it will attract many students. It is also felicitous that in addition to providing funding support, the JPS Foundation will be involved in curriculum development for the program, as well as providing instructors. It augurs well for our future, for the good of our students, and also for the development and the reorganization of the energy sector in Jamaica. We anticipate that this will be a very fruitful relationship and wish to thank and congratulate the JPS Foundation for its generosity, for its foresight in this instance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minister, and thank you for really bringing into sharp focus how important it is for industry and education to collaborate. Neither can exist without the other. Thank you very much. And now, going back to our program, as you have it, I would like to invite Dr. Camille Bell Hutchinson to come and introduce Professor Archibald MacDonald. He is a Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of the West Indies, Mona campus. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. All protocols observed. It is my delight to introduce to you all our Principal, Professor Archibald MacDonald, who is also the Pro-Vice Chancellor for the University of the West Indies. Professor MacDonald is a graduate of the MBBS and our DM surgery postgraduate training programs at the University of the West Indies. In addition to a successful career as a general practitioner, he's known as the UWI surgeon who started emergency physician training in Jamaica, and in so doing, established emergency medicine as an independent academic career path for local medical practitioners. Professor MacDonald's emergency medicine training program has produced over 25 emergency physicians to date. Due to his outstanding academic work, he was appointed Professor of Surgery and Emergency Medicine in 2003. His keen sense of the tremendous burden of injuries on hospital services led him to play an important role in establishing the Scotiabank Accident and Emergency Unit in 1993. During his tenure as an administrator at the University Hospital of the West Indies, Professor MacDonald has reached across professional ranks, collaborating with nursing colleagues to design and introduce the post-basic training program in emergency medicine. This program has had well over 145 graduates to date. He served as head of the Department of Surgery, Radiology, Anesthesia, and Intensive Care from 2002 to 2005. And during that time, he was instrumental in introducing postgraduate ophthalmology training at the University Hospital of the West Indies. He was appointed Dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences in 2005. At that time, he was faced with a physical plant in desperate need for modernization and an increased national demand for medical doctors. He introduced the full fee paying program for medical students with great success. This action has led to an almost doubling of students being trained to be doctors. He also reviewed the MBBS curriculum. This involved a reduction in didactic lectures by 15%, an introduction of new courses derived from modules, a termination of end-of-semester integrated examinations, and a discontinuation of the Stage 1 MBBS exams, and an institution of a faculty GPA scheme. To date, Mona remains the only campus with a faculty GPA scheme. Professor MacDonald's service to the medical community extends beyond the academic. He has served as Chief Executive Officer of the University Hospital of the West Indies during a one-year period in 2007 when the hospital was in acute crisis. In recognition of his outstanding service to the University of the West Indies, Professor MacDonald was awarded the Vice Chancellor Award for Excellence in 2008. His pioneering leadership as Dean subsequently led to his appointment as Deputy Principal of the University of the West Indies Mona campus in 2012. As Deputy Principal, he spearheaded several programs that sought to utilize the universal benefits of technology in academia. He implemented the UWI Total Electronic Solutions Tablet Project, well known as the TEST project, which provided students with an opportunity to access their texts and other reading material in an electronic format via tablets that were provided under the project. Due to the success of the project in the Faculty of Medical Sciences, it has now been expanded across all faculties at the Mona campus.
I'm campus registrar for that extremely generous introduction. Minister of Education, Reverend the Honorable Ronald Thwaites, Ms. Kelly Tomlin, President and CEO of JPS, Ms. Audrey Williams, the Corporate Communications Officer of JPS, other leaders and members of the management staff of JPS, Dr. Paul Aiken, the head of the Mona School of Business, School of Engineering, and also Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Science and the Technology. Other UWI colleagues, let me recognize our Deputy Principal. I've already recognized our campus registrar. I see a number of our deans here. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. University of the West Indies is pleased to welcome you to the official signing ceremony of the partnership agreement between the JPS Foundation and the UWI School of Engineering. I can see that JPS is committed to this partnership. I will tell you that I walked into the room and I was surprised. I don't believe we have had many ceremonies here where we have been so outnumbered and by an enormous amount. I mean, it's almost, I think, a rough count. I think it's about 3-1 that we have been outnumbered. So let me thank you for attending. Today's ceremony establishes a firm and significant public-private partnership between the UWI and the JPS. And as you are all aware that JPS is a company that has been at the core of the Jamaican society for several decades. We are pleased to enter into yet another partnership agreement that will significantly enhance our ability to provide essential educational programs that are intended to steer Jamaica towards a path of growth and development. This new relationship merges high-quality education with our nation's need to gain a greater understanding of new innovations in energy production, generation, and maintenance, and has been designed to aid in fostering a Jamaican society that is capable of solving its own energy problems. This partnership seeks to place the power of energy generation and development into the hands of our people through a merger of practical expertise and academia. Capacity building for our population, therefore, acts as the core element behind this new partnership as we aim to provide our students with the practical experience and academic competence to become significant professionals in Jamaica's energy sector. The UWI is committed to build the professional and academic capacity of Jamaican and Caribbean citizens, providing them with the essential skills and knowledge that will aid in introducing new methods of achieving success that is comparable to international standards. I believe that this is the pathway to true independence. This new partnership between the JPS and the UWI provides for the possibility that we are indeed very pleased to be able to formalize these arrangements today. Let me say a little bit about how this venture came about. After participating in Career Expo, Ms. Natalie Taylor, the manager of JPS Foundation, approached Dr. Paul Aiken with a proposed JPS partnership with the UWI MoU School of Engineering. Dr. Aiken readily accepted this offer and began immediate discussions with Ms. Taylor about the scope and terms of reference of this partnership. This has culminated in this event celebrating the signing of this partnership agreement that states the mutual benefits to be derived by both institutions, including JPS assistance with teaching staff, lab equipment, and the provision of internship opportunities. The UWI MoU School of Engineering will ensure that the highest standard of teaching and learning is maintained in a manner that conforms to international accreditation standards in a student-friendly environment. This partnership is timely, as the MoU campus is in the process of developing an entrepreneurial program that will see an expansion of internship opportunities and the promotional and nurturing of entrepreneurial activities among students and staff. This will ensure that our students will be work ready on graduation. And you would have heard the criticisms over the years that our students are not ready for work on graduation. You would have heard the criticisms that we are not encouraging entrepreneurship among our student populations. You would have heard the criticisms that our research is really research which is placed on a shelf or sometimes even in a dustbin. And you will see that at my induction, I said that the UWI would be embarking on a path to aid Jamaica's and Caribbean development and growth, and that is what we are doing. I want to thank the JPS for assisting me as the UWI continues to work to ensure that Jamaica achieves economic growth in the near future. The Bachelor of Science in Electrical Power Engineering was approved with high praise after the usual rigorous quality assurance process of the UWI. The 3-year program will commence in 2015-2016 academic year within the Mona School of Engineering in the Faculty of Science and Technology. The program will produce graduates who are skilled in engineering aspects of the generation of electricity from fossil fuel such as oil, coal and gas, renewables such as solar, wind, geothermal, ocean thermal, and biomass, and also nuclear power. The distribution and transmission of this electricity in a protected and safe manner is integral to the training process. The UWI assures you that the graduates of this program will be ready to take on the challenges of work in the energy sector and will play their part in contributing to increased energy efficiency and the generation of a continuous and reliable supply of electricity. We are very pleased to enter into this significant partnership that I am convinced will continue to yield optimum results for our country for years to come. I want to thank the JPS and I want to thank all of you who made this partnership a reality, and we look forward to ensuring that this becomes a resounding success for the UWI, for JPS, and for the Jamaican society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just thank you also for the emergency physician training. I can personally appreciate your input right there. The JPS Foundation recognizes this new engineering program as the perfect opportunity for collaboration, as it strengthens its mandate to help create positive change and prosperity as a leader in Jamaica's energy sector. Since its official launch in 2013, the JPS Foundation has realized several successful partnerships with primary and secondary institutions across the island, as well as the private sector and government agencies as part of its support for science and technology curricula. Here to tell us more about the significance of this event to the Foundation is JPS President and CEO, Kelly Tomlin.
Thank you, Audrey, Professor and Principal McDonald, leaders and members of UWI, my family and board members, and some of you fit on both sides of this, Professor Duggan, the chairman of our foundation, Tony Ray, everyone here today, good morning. I am especially thrilled to be here to signify an important partnership between two great institutions, University of West Indies and JPS. As we come together and say that we recognize and we honor that growth and prosperity for Jamaica will happen through education and energy. Now, there's been a lot of talk about making people work ready, and I'll reserve that to the end. But I think we all recognize today that there is a great call for new thinking, innovative thinking. And in 2013, JPS came, I guess, to a realization of that as we created our new vision. And what we said then in 2013 is that Jamaica needs an energy revolution. And we've heard it now thrown about pretty casually, but we're very serious about it. And we say a revolution to support Jamaica's growth and prosperity and our mission to find a solution for every Jamaican. And what we do know is that we can't do that alone. We need a partnership, and a partnership like the one we have today with UWI, who really develops some great minds and comes up with great solutions, is one that I know will have an impact. Now, as part of that, we did create our foundation. And I will admit the first year, we did a lot of different things. We continued to do leadership and do all the things that foundations do. And what we came to terms with is that JPS, in its foundation role, really needed to focus on what we could do and what we brought specific expertise to. So we refined our mission as our foundation. And we refined it to say that we want to support the national policy around energy. We wanted to help educate around energy and to talk about both supply side and demand side and how it impacts Jamaica. So as you hope to see today, we've taken that mantra and that mandate very seriously and said, our foundation will support and we will partner with people who will support the very big cry today for a new energy framework in Jamaica. And to that end, we know that we need new minds. And for some of us, new thinking in our old minds about what energy is. So what we've done, starting at a very early age, is started the conversation, a new conversation around energy and perhaps education. We've gone into new schools, and we're a proud partner now with BizTown, where we do take children in grade 5. I happen to have one, and I know this is a great program, where we take them in and show them how our energy market works and how our stores work and how energy fits into the greater framework of prosperity in Jamaica. And I've been so impressed with BizTown and how our students are learning differently by having hands-on, by reading a meter, and by seeing how energy really works. I'm so proud of what we've been able to do so far, and big up to my foundation with energy clubs and the mentorship we've brought to that effort to really go into a school and talk to them in language they can understand. It may seem funny to hear "I love my light," but if you dig into that song that is sung in a way that is accessible to our youth, it really talks about demand side and how we manage that. You may laugh at a dance contest around it, but what we saw was a different level of understanding and appreciation. And I think the real call to educate in a way that gets not just in their minds, but in their souls. And that's what we see in our energy clubs. Our mentorship program, where we're going around now and saying, wow, this is a great, exciting career. I've spent almost 30 years in this business, not because I love it, but I do, because it is the most fascinating industry in the world, and it's a one that can make a difference in every country and every market in the growth and prosperity of its citizens. So we take this partnership very, very seriously, and we hope that we all approach it with the seriousness and the possibility that it contains. When we talk about a degree in electrical power engineering, I hope we see the potential there, because we have big questions that are in front of us right now. How do we harness renewables? How do we do it in a fair and equitable way that really sends the right price signals? How do we have the generation